What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing a little headlight restoration on this WRX I just picked up. As you can see, the headlights are pretty foggy, and for 30 bucks I thought I would just do this little clip here to show you how you can clean up your headlights for pretty cheap. What I'm going to be using today is the 3M Ultra Headlight Restoration Kit. This is all, everything's included in this kit. I'll open it up and we'll see what's inside here. Okay, so as you can see, guys, in the kit included is instructions, of course, and it's pretty straightforward. So what they give you is 3 different types of grit and sandpaper. They give you a Velcro holder that attaches to your drill. Again, they recommend a drill that has 12,000 RPM. I'm just using my cordless drill. I'm sure it'll be fine. They also include in the kit 3M automotive tape and the clear coat. So that's going to be the final step, is to clear coat it. They give you a glove. I guess they say you shouldn't touch the clear coat with your fingers in case any oil or anything gets on it, or it's probably not good for your skin, one or the other. But with the tape, one thing I recommend is just to pop your hood, because it's one less surface you have to tape. All you have to tape is the front bumper and the side panel there, so you don't scratch your paint. So what you're also going to need is some soapy water, because they recommend clearing your headlights of any debris or dirt or anything, which would be smart because you are going to be sanding on it. So that's going to be our first step. And then I would recommend some shop towels or microfiber cloth instead of paper towel, as that could actually scratch the headlight or keep contaminants in. I'm going to use the shop towel just because it's fast, easy, and that's what I have here. But yeah, so our first step is going to be to clear the headlights. So we're going to get going with our soapy water, and I'll show you that right now. Okay, like I said, guys, I'm just going to be taking my shop towel and some water with a little bit of soap in it. I'm just going to be spraying down the headlight and also the affected area around where you're going to be taping, because you want the tape to stick. So let me just spray these down and I'll give them a wipe. This is pretty straightforward. I mean, shouldn't really have to explain this, but just this is what the kit and the instructions say. So you want to get everything nice and clean, because you're going to be in here with the scruffer, the sanding pad. You don't want to hit your paint or any other stuff on the hood here. And again, we're just going to pop the hood so that you don't have to tape around that. That's one less thing you have to tape on. And once this is done, we're going to move on to the sanding process. So this one is done. I'm going to move on to the next one, and then we'll get going on sanding. Okay, guys, so the supplied tape in the kit is automotive painter's tape. We are going to now apply this to the areas that you do not want to hit with the sander, as you do not want to wreck your paint. This is pretty straightforward, so I'm going to get to this, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like all done. Okay, guys, I've successfully taped around the headlights. Both sides are done and ready to go. So our next step is going to be preparing them for sanding. Like I said, I popped the hood, so that's one less surface I have to cover. One thing I will say is, if you have one of these plastic trim tools, I do recommend just using it to tuck in the corners around your headlights, and because it's plastic, it likely won't scratch the lens, which if you do, it's not a big deal. You're about to be sanding this down anyways, and you're going to be fixing it and then clear coating it, but you definitely don't want to hit your paint. So just apply the tape as you see necessary, depending on how good you are with the sanding disc. I'm pretty confident I'm not going to hit my bumpers, so I just taped one layer around, and then now I'm going to start hitting it with the first level of grit, and we'll get to that point. I'll show you right now. Okay, guys, so now the next step is we're going to start sanding the headlight. The instructions call for the first 500 grit is going to be where you start. It's going to be the most abrasive grit, so you're going to be taking off a lot of the hazing, yellowing, and like the fogginess of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to apply it to the provided holder, and it just clips on like that with a little bit of Velcro on the back. And now you're going to get your drill. Again, you want to use a drill with 12,000 RPM is what they recommend. Once that's on there like that, you're just going to apply like a medium pressure. You don't want to go too hard with it, because you're going to start burning into the lens. You're effectively just trying to take the top layer off, and you're going to put a little bit of water on it. So after it's been wiped off, taped, and ready to go, you can start actually taking the top layer off with this grit. It's a 3-step process. There'll be 2 other grits after this, and then you're going to apply your clear coat. So let's get started with this one, and I'll show you what it looks like. I'm just giving a very light pressure on the drill. As you can see, it's starting to take off some of the material. So I'm not pressing too hard, and especially on the curves of the headlight, you want to be a little bit careful. This is a little spongy, but once this pad fills up, like I said, they give you 4, so I assume you're going to use 2 per headlight. But yeah, so you're just going to continue on. I'm working my way from the top down just so I know I hit everything. But I'll continue to go here. I'll show you. See, that's the first pass on the 500 grit. I'm gonna switch the disc out now, and I'm gonna do a second pass. You'll be able to tell little spots like you missed if you notice down here. It's a little bit clear. So there's gonna be a white kind of sand, like a dust that comes to it. So you'll be able to see where you need to go again, and that's when you should change out the disc. Like I said, there's 2 discs per side, so don't be afraid to use the second one and then clean up any little spots you missed. So again, I'm just going over the little spots I missed I showed you earlier. Some of them, you just want to put the drill on a bit of an angle to get into the little crevices without touching your paint. You want to make sure you're not applying too much pressure, like I said earlier, and just kind of give it a final coat over. Make sure you grab every area. Okay guys, so now that we've done both passes with the 500 grit, what we're gonna do is take our paper towel again, a little bit of water, and we're just going to clean off the excess powder and debris from the first initial 2 sandings, because we don't want that in the second stage. And this is a good opportunity to make sure that you've hit all the spots. There's a little corner right here that I didn't hit, but it's too close to the fender that I'm not too worried about. Majority of the hazing was up here, and as you can see, now that this is all cleared off, we were pretty successful in hitting everything we needed to hit, and most of the hazing and yellowing is off. Okay, so now we have a frosty lens. There's no clear spots. We're gonna be attaching the 800 grit, and same thing, you're just gonna take this, throw it onto your sanding disc pad, and then you're gonna go over the headlight again, and then we'll move on to the third step, but I'll show you this now. Again, same thing, we're just doing a nice even motion starting from the top, working our way down, trying not to hit any body panels that you'll scratch your paint. It's fairly simple. Adding like medium pressure, you don't want to go too much to burn the lens. Take your time with the tight corners as you don't want to hit your paint. I'll get this done and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay guys, so that was the 800 grit. Now we're just gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna spray this down, and we're just going to wipe all the residual off because we're moving on to our final step. And with our final step, we're looking to make the headlight a lot more clear, and you will still have like a hazy look to the headlight. And don't worry, because you're going to be using the clear coat, and the clear coat will bring out the shine again. But as you can see, most of the scratches and all the fogging and everything has kind of come down a little bit. So again, just be really careful, clean down as much as you can. Prep is key here, it's kind of like painting. And once you're happy with your desired headlight, you can move on to the next step. If you notice anything major though, don't be afraid to go back to a step and clear that spot up, because it's going to make your life a lot easier going down the road, as the heavier grit will take off more material faster, and you only have 2 finishing discs, so you want to use 1 per headlight. So now that this is clean, we're going to go to the final finishing disc, and I'll show you that. I've attached the final finishing disc. The only difference in this step is you're going to want to use some water, a little bit of soapy water, and soak the disc down. So it's going to be a wet sanding, and you're going to do 8 to 10 passes on the headlight before you're going to apply the clear coat. So let's get this started, and we'll see what happens. Again, starting from the top, working our way down. Just take your time with this step. as this is going to be the finishing step, so you want to make sure you get everything perfect. And apply more water as needed. So I'm going to do 8 to 10 passes and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay guys, I made a little mistake actually. There is one more disc. It's like a buffing pad at the end. That's what we're going to use. I was wondering why this wasn't cleaning up, but this is at the very bottom of the box. So I'm lucky I found that. So again, just a little bit of water and we're going to clean this one up. For a headlight clear coat, and you're going to use one packet for both headlights, wait 15 minutes, and then you're going to apply the second coat. So don't open both of them and do not unfold them. They say do not unfold the towel. It almost looks like a wet paper napkin. So just use one, do both headlights, wait 15 minutes, and then do two. You don't want to get this on your paint, you don't want to get this on your hand. That's why they gave you the glove. So I'm going to apply this now and you'll see. Don't be worried if you have some hazing still. This will bring out the clear coat. And we're just gonna work our way around. Don't press too hard. Nice, even, clear coat. One wipe per side. They do give you 2 wipes in the kit. So, and as you can see, that's already looking pretty good. And I'm happy with that. We're gonna do a second coat. So let me just get this on, spread evenly, and then we're gonna set a timer for 15 minutes, and we should be good. Okay guys, we're gonna apply our second and final coat. Again, not unwrapping it, and just starting from one corner, and working it into the plastic, making sure not to get too much on your paint. I've removed the masking tape, you might notice now, just to get all the edges and everything perfect. And we're just gonna work that in gently. You don't want to put too much pressure on it. Just kind of want to slowly just work it in. And there you go. That's pretty much it. I'll show you guys the final results. I got both sides done. Once this clear coat dries, we'll go take a look at both sides and see how we did. Alright guys, that's the final product there. You can see it. There's a little bit of a reflection, but you can see the difference. I'll post a before and after. Hopefully some shots beside each other. But honestly, if this kit holds up and it doesn't start phasing or fogging or getting yellow, I'll let you know. But I'm pretty happy with the results for 30 bucks. I kind of recommend this kit, and you know what, it makes the car look a lot newer, and it's worth the effort and time. There's other kits out there with just like a paste, but I've used them in the past and they don't seem to work as well. So I'm trying this one out, but yeah, I'm really happy with the results. And like I said guys, I'll give you a little close up here. You can see it's just the reflection mainly, but it's like 100% clear, so I'm happy with that. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and if there's any questions, just put it down at the bottom and I'll be sure to answer them.